Welcome back to another video, guys. It's a bit more of a technical video today, and today we're talking all about OneDrive. Now, there are other alternatives to OneDrive out there. OneDrive is basically a cloud sharing, cloud storage system where you can store all your files online. And I just want to talk about, as a teacher, how OneDrive helps me. Now, this is not a paid video, it's not an ad, it's not anything like that. It's just something that I want to share with you guys because it has helped me immensely since I started becoming a teacher, and hopefully it will help you guys too. As someone who's done teacher training and gone through teaching, I've always been quite a technical person. I quite enjoy working online, working with computers, working with technology. It's something I've brought into the classroom as much as I can. I'm going to have a kind of series of videos coming out soon about a new website, a new game that I use in the classroom a lot at the minute that is really, really helpful engaging the children. So do look out for that if it's something you're interested in too. But yeah, OneDrive is something that has made my work processes, made my way I do my work so much easier. And it's something that I don't think a lot of schools do actually use, or a lot of schools haven't yet transitioned across to. So when I first started teaching, it was only 4 years ago, but at the time everything was stored onto a server that was at school, but you could not access that server anywhere else. So all my files, all my work files were all on that server at home. I did have a memory stick that I could transfer some files onto to take home and then take back, but the type of thing with memory sticks is obviously they have to be encrypted to make sure if they're lost, then they're not going to get stolen, they're not going to get accessed by anyone else, because there'll be confidential stuff on there from school with names and GDPR issues, that kind of thing. They're only small, memory sticks are only like that big, they can easily get lost at the bottom of a bag, in a pencil case, wherever you keep them, and they generally do get found a couple of days later, but it's just frustrating when you've got some work on there you need. And if you leave a memory stick at school, you forget to take it home, you can't access any of your documents at home. So one of the first things I wanted to do when I first became a teacher, and another one of the teachers there was kind of talking about it too, and I really encouraged the process changing over. It wasn't my idea at school, but when I heard about it being a thing, I was like, yes, we should absolutely do that, to transition over from using this server to putting all our school storage onto a OneDrive system. And when we did that, it made everybody's lives at school so much easier. I think one of the other teachers, she recently told me how it basically changed her working life, because she wasn't a big fan of it at the first, but it has then obviously made her life so much easier with working. Because when you put your work onto OneDrive and all your files onto OneDrive, you have your OneDrive account, your kind of Hotmail, your email address account basically on there that you can access your Outlook email, your OneDrive, and then all the other features that come with it. But using that login, you can access your files absolutely anywhere. I can access them at work, I can access them on my computer at home, I can access them on my phone, on my iPad. All those files can be accessed from wherever, and they automatically save themselves when you make any changes. Those changes save themselves automatically, so you don't have to worry about doing an hour's worth of work and forgetting to save it, because every single keystroke you make will be saved pretty much straight away within a few seconds. And all those files are then stored on that server online in the cloud, and it just makes your life so much easier. So it's something I'd really encourage. And kind of partway through this video, I just thought I'd ask you guys, how do your schools store your files? What are the storage systems you use? I know there is other ones like Google Drive and that kind of thing that you can use that are great. Obviously, our school picked OneDrive because it worked with our Outlook emails and that kind of thing. That was where we were transitioning over to. What do you guys use? How do you do it? Do you still go to the good old memory sticks onto a server, onto a computer? Do you have a OneDrive system or some kind of cloud sharing system? And how does it work for you guys? What are the best pros? What are the cons? Because it's something that I'm always looking to develop myself as a teacher, using technology in the classroom, trying to get it in there. And it's something I want to keep on doing. So I would love to know for you guys, how do you do it? What do you do? What are the best bits? What are the worst bits? Because it does just make my life then so much easier when I can then develop my own teaching style based off things I learn from you guys. So thank you very much if you do put those in the comments. And yeah, OneDrive, it has made my working life so much easier. It means when I get home from work, I don't have to think about logging onto a certain server or password for a memory stick or making sure I've got it and plugged it in. I just need to get onto the OneDrive system through my emails, and all my work is right there, saved just where it was when I left work 10-20 minutes earlier. I can access them straight away. Now, one of the things you do have to be careful about OneDrive is to do with how it auto saves your work. And this is something I've come across with many times over the past few years, and I'm sure I will do it again, unfortunately, but it does happen that when you open up a piece of work, sometimes one of the best things you can do is you can hit File, Save As, and then obviously use that template and change it to however you want. Now, when you're using kind of Microsoft Word on a desktop and you're not using the online version, but you're just on a Word document, then when you start typing, obviously it doesn't auto save. So you can type away, change everything you want, then save as and save your work, and it'll leave the original as it was, but it'll save your new document as what you want. Now, this is great. However, when you first go over to OneDrive and use online Microsoft Word, that is really good because it can save your work every single time you change something. However, if you forget to do File and Save As and change the name of the document and save a new copy of it before you start typing, every time you change something, it will automatically overwrite what was already there. Now, this is absolutely fine for something that you've done and something you just quickly undo and recreate. There's been times though where I've unfortunately kind of taken someone else's bit of, they've made a template and I've gone to fill in my own bits on that template, and I've forgotten to do the file save as at the start, and I've obviously then changed their template, changed their ideas, and it's caused a bit of extra work for other people, a bit of extra work for me. It's an unfortunate mistake, it happens, mistakes do happen, but it's just something to be aware of with OneDrive, making sure that when you do need to save as and save a copy of something, do the file save as bit first before you change anything, because you don't want to rewrite over someone else's work, because it causes hassle and it causes a bit of a nightmare for everyone involved. Another thing to be cautious of is you can do something where you can sync your work onto your computer, and it's something that I've done where I can access through my documents on my computer, I can access my OneDrive as well. However, it's not something I use a great deal because it does take a lot longer to load and to sync up with the OneDrive online and to send the files across. So you can have some issues where it doesn't quite sync across two things. If I've changed one at home and saved it there, then got to school, sometimes it's not always uploaded onto school system, so I've changed it there and I've had two kind of conflicting files, and then it saves them as a different name, and that does cause a couple issues too sometimes. That's an easy one to fix, because if you just focus on the online bit as much as you can and only use Microsoft Word online, PowerPoint online, which they are very good tools, they have all the features that you need, same with Excel on there, then just use those ones and you'll be alright. Basically you'll be fine, it'll all work. If you do have to save stuff onto your computer through that sync thing and sync your files onto there, then just do it carefully and make sure that it's always constantly up to date with the syncing process. And if it comes up with a little red X if it's something not up to date, just go and make sure you fix that bit when it does come up, or you'll just end up with some bigger issues down the line as more and more changes don't get saved. There is a couple of things to be aware of with those little issues with OneDrive, but overall, with the fact that it just saves your work automatically, you can access it absolutely anywhere, no matter where you are. Because we all know with teaching, it's one of those jobs that does kind of take over sometimes, and there's times where you might be sat up late at night just thinking, I just need to get a little bit more work done. Well, you know what? You can get your laptop, you can get your iPad, you can get whatever it is you want to do that work on, even on your phone, and you can access it straight away through the OneDrive app and just get on, get it finished, and then move on with enjoying your evening, enjoying your weekend. It's not something you have to kind of write down and think, oh, it's going to be hanging over me all weekend until I get back to work, and then I'll be able to do it. And you're not locked at school then having to finish off work till all hours of the night before you can go home. You can just get stuff done wherever and whenever suits you, and it's a little bit of flexible working that obviously has been introduced in loads and loads of offices throughout the country since lockdowns and COVID happened, but teaching's always been a bit harder to kind of have that flexibility because you've got to be in the classroom. Teaching is the only way to teach. You can't really teach online, as we all found out. It doesn't work anywhere near as well, but it does mean that you can do some flexible learning. So after school, you don't have to stay at school and be in your classroom doing your work on that one computer. You can access your files absolutely anywhere and just get it done where is best and most flexible and convenient for you. Do let me know what files you use, storage systems you use, and I'd love to hear about how it works for you guys. But that's what my school does, and I think it is the best solution at the minute until something else better comes along, which I've not heard of anything yet, so we're very happy with it. Thank you very much for watching and for all the support on this channel. It continually blows me away how many of you lot there are watching these videos, so thanks very much for all the likes, all the comments, all the subscribes to the channel, and it does just encourage me that there's such a good community we're building here of teachers or people going on to being teaching, so thank you very much for that. And as always, there's a new video on a Tuesday, Friday and a Sunday, and I'll see you very soon.